Oh,
We
we're live now.
are live.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. You ready? Let's do it. Welcome back to the betting lounge. I'm your host, Tyler Flesh, joined by only one degenerate today. This is what happens every now and then. You'll have a table of revolving degenerates, but it's okay because Eric is here. Eric, how's it going?
Man, just glad that it's evening time and we can talk some fucking sports and betting.
Yep. We have something a little different this week. Now, I proposed it to Jay. Jeremy does not know yet. I wanted to save it for this. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bet Alabama. That's right. We're going to bet Alabama. Listen, this is crazy. I know what you're thinking, but hear me out, right? Alabama is an underdog. This is the first time they've been an underdog since 2004. They whooped Georgia by 40 points last time they were the underdog. I think we do a $50 squad ride on Alabama.
Man, I'm in the dark on this, man. You know I don't know college football.
Yeah, but you know who Alabama is, right? They win all the fucking time. I'm telling you, Alabama is never, ever, ever the underdog, ever. So, like,
So then, okay, well then let me ask you this. Let me play the devil's advocate. If they're
away.
never the fucking underdog, why are they the underdog now?
Because Georgia's supposed to have the best defense ever. Their offense struggles, but they could have the best defense in college football history.
Okay, but they do, or they should, or they do.
The season's not over yet. So right now, to let you know how good they are, you could double their points allowed and they'd still be first. That's crazy, right?
I'm trying to find the game right now because I don't, like I said, I don't pay attention to college football. It's not really my cup of tea. Oh, and they're at home too. Plus
No,
six and a half.
it's in Atlanta. It's in Atlanta. It's the SEC championship
Oh, okay,
in
okay.
Atlanta. Sorry, I said 2004. They haven't been an underdog like that. Last time the Crimson Tide were getting points was in 2015. 1 point dog against Georgia. But they're big time dogs. They're plus 6.5 here. And it just makes sense to me. Let me explain why. Okay.
Well,
Alabama is Alabama, correct? They're unbelievable. Nick Saban's going to go down as the most winning coach ever. To me, I'm going to be very upset if you're getting Alabama at plus 200 odds and you're telling me, hey, let's do this. Let's bet the game. I'm okay with losing $50. What I'm not okay with is not betting Alabama and then Alabama stuns the world. And it's not even stunning the world. Let's not forget these guys win about every year. Everyone always complains, well, college football is not that competitive because Alabama always wins. Alabama always wins. Guess what? Alabama's the dog. And I know what people are out there saying. They lost to Texas A&M. They're not very good. They barely got away from Florida. But let me put it like this. Georgia is automatically in the playoffs. If they lose this game, they're still in. Georgia's offense, not very good. Bama has to win this game in order to have a shot at the national title. I don't think it's as far-fetched as it sounds. Saban's still Saban. even if I lose $50, I'm going to be okay losing 50. I'm not going to be okay not betting the game and having Alabama win. If I don't bet the game and Alabama wins, I'm going to be like, I knew it. I knew it.
So what you're saying is in this situation, and it's too bad Jeremy's not around because he loves my, expressions. What you're saying in this situation is two birds in the bush are better than one bird in the hand. I'm flipping it around. I'm flipping the goddamn expression is my point. No, it makes sense because like you'd rather throw down $50 and lose it than to miss out on winning 100 off of that 50 because Alabama ends up fucking winning.
Exactly. Like they're a good team. They're well coached. It could happen.
I just don't think here's the thing, especially with them on the money line. Again, take whatever I say with a grain of salt when it comes to college football, whoever's listening, because I'm saying it right now. I don't know college football. However, with everything that Flesh has just said, with them on the money line at 200 plus 200, and okay, so you're saying, look, okay, well, they probably have the line at plus 6.5 on Alabama because Georgia arguably has one of the best defenses, if not the best, in college football. Okay, fine, great. That doesn't mean Alabama can't win the game.
I see, and that's where I'm kind of at here. I know we don't really start off, but it's championship week. I feel like, there's good money to be here. So are you in? I want to do a $50 squad ride.
It just sounds like, fuck, man. I just get nervous.
Just to let Jeremy know. Remember, Jeremy goes, "Oh, betting Alabama against the spread is always a good choice." Well, Alabama's 8-4, so you're only 2 games up.
They're 8-4 at the spread
against the spread. They're 11-1 in the season.
Oh, against the spread, not at the spread.
I mean, it's up to you, Eric. You can do whatever. I'll let you ponder that. Let's move on. Let's give Billy a call. I did not give a heads up this week.
That's right, because it is the first game tonight.
So let's see if this works.
I'm sure she's probably expecting it. We bug her every fucking Thursday night.
I know, but I forgot to give her a heads up this time. So I'm going to lower it and hopefully she picks up. All right, let's play the music.
Hey, Tyler.
And now it's time for Billy from Oklahoma to talk about her beloved Cowboys. To tell us if we're either going to ride or we're going to die.
All right, Billy, are you there?
I am here.
Look at us getting this down, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we missed you last week, but that was a shit show of a Thanksgiving Day game all around.
You know, that was going to be my leading line there, but if you're ready for a rant, I have one all wound up.
Let's do it.
Well, batter up.
Well, what I was going to lead with shit show or dumpster fire, and then I decided I'd clean it up looking into the holidays. So my thoughts were that Christmas came early for the Raiders. Their line missed a field goal and 2 extra points. Anthony Brown gave them 3 first downs with PI penalties, to which he responded, "Just one of them days." That sounded real intelligent. Tyrone Smith gave them 4 points after a holding call that canceled a Dallas touchdown. We had 14 penalties for 166 yards, 60 of those in the first quarter, and a partridge in a pear tree. So there you have it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that wasn't too bad. I mean, as a rant. Sorry, not the game. I meant the rant.
Well, you should have heard me during the game because it was just the sloppiest defense I have seen, and I don't know when. They could not establish any type of offensive rhythm. It was just a dumpster fire. It was
so tonight they play the Saints. The Saints are banged up. The line right now is 6.5. Is CeeDee Lamb playing? No, yay.
CeeDee Lamb is supposed to play, as is Gallup and Cooper, which will be the first time all three of them have been together since, well, it's only the fourth time this year, I think, that all three of them have been together. The however here is that there's some scuttlebutt that Cooper isn't 100%. He's still having some breathing issues because of COVID. So he did practice, but maybe he's a red herring just to have out on the field to confuse the defense. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, and the Saints are banged up. Saints will not have Alvin Kamara tonight. They will not have their offensive tackle, Ryan Ramczyk, or offensive tackle, Tyrone Armstead.
Right. And there's rumors that Hill is going to replace.
Yes, he is starting. So
yeah.
Taysom Hill will start.
And he's had some nagging foot injuries. He did practice this week, but I guess we'll have to see. But the thing that might present an issue for Dallas defense is they may have had to prepare for two quarterbacks instead of just one. And Hill is much more of a scrambler. So there's that.
I was going to say, there's also the COVID. Mike McCarthy's out. A ton of coaches are out. Dan Quinn will be at the helm.
Yeah, and I really don't have any concern with that. I've done some reading on Dan Quinn after he left the Falcons, and I was very impressed with the fact that I guess he didn't leave, he got booted, but I was very impressed with the fact that he didn't do a lot of finger pointing. He said he really took some time to reflect on what did I do and what should I have done and what would I do differently. So I really feel comfortable. I mean, it's not like he hasn't been on the sideline before, so I feel comfortable with him being out there.
If he would have asked me what did I do, I would have just said 28-3.
Well, another thing to look at too is the Saints have never lost 5 games straight under Sean Payton, and they're on loss number 4 right now. So
let's talk about this for a second. I know that now we don't have the regular, it's just me and Eric tonight. We don't have Jeremy or Jay, the cowboy hooligans. But Billy, I'm going to be really honest with you. I think the Saints can outright win this game tonight.
You know,
what?
The predictions are all over the map. But I think, to me, what it all boils down to is that the Cowboys are really just a better team when they play that way. And when they got their clocks clean the last time, they came back and played really well. I think, to your point, I think the Saints have they have a shot at it, but I don't think I think I'm going to have to stay with the Cowboys. Last week, I didn't feel good about that at all, but this week I don't know.
I mean, okay, do the Saints have a shot at it? No. I gotta get this out.
I know. Hold on. I just want to clarify. Are you taking the Cowboys, Billy, to cover -6.5?
I'm taking the Cowboys to cover, yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted. Go, Eric.
Yeah, okay. Do the Saints have a shot at winning the game at all? Yeah, I guess they do. I mean, the expression, even a fucking blind hog finds an acorn now and then. But do I think they're going to pull it off? Fuck no. No, the Cowboys at 6.5, I like it there. It makes sense. The other thing, okay, sorry. Go ahead, Billy.
No, go ahead and finish your thought.
Well, the other thing that I'm really interested in, and I want to know what y'all are thinking about this, is the total at 45.5. I just think that's too low. Between these two teams, between the Cowboys and the Saints, I'm not saying the Saints are bad. They're a moderate team, I think. I don't understand why the total points is at 45.5.
I would say that would be low I don't see the Saints as being really strong offensively, and I could be wrong, but Hill hasn't had that much playing time. Kamara is out. they don't have a lot of passing targets that are rated very high. So I think I'm looking at it being like 24-17, something like that. I think it'll be under, and unless Dallas really takes off, and that just remains to be seen.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
fair, but
remember what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, Tyler, when Dak had been out for a couple of weeks, and you made the statement that having a quarterback be out for a while and then come back in and play really forcefully is not that likely.
Yeah.
So could that be the same thing with Hill? It's possible.
I say no, because Taysom Hill's not a quarterback. He's a running back that can throw the ball every now and then. Like that's what scares me. Real quick, Sleeperbot just reported Amari Cooper will play tonight, like you said, Billy, after 2 games with COVID, but told to expect his volume to be very limited with his conditioning level not quite nearly where it needs to be. So whatever that means.
Well, I had read that he's still having some issues with breathing. So, I mean, but his stamina as far as his breathing issues is not there. So, like I said, will he play once in a while? Maybe, but maybe he's just out there to throw the defense off because they don't know if Prescott's gonna throw to Gallup or Lamb or Wilson's out. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a real crapshoot.
I'll be honest. The reason I lean Saints here is I definitely love the Saints at +6.5. I think the Cowboys can win, but
you're gonna have to explain why, though.
What scares me is 85% of the bets are coming in on Dallas. The reason I am nervous is because the Raiders are really, really bad. Okay. I don't know what happened on Thanksgiving. I don't know if it was a short week. Both teams are playing this week, coming off a full week. Both played on Thanksgiving. Both are playing tonight. The thing that scares me about the Saints team is they're a yo-yo team. You never know. Are they up? Are they down? They could be anywhere. And Taysom Hill, that's what scares me because it's easy to run with a quarterback. Now, if Taysom Hill gets hurt during the game, I'm live betting the Cowboys. But that aspect of that, like almost, he basically runs a wildcat. And that scares the hell out of me because I think that really takes Micah Parsons out of the game.
Okay, no, hold on. Let's back up here. You're making that point, like short week. I don't know. Like, okay, well, let's look at it this way.
No, it's not a short week. I was saying last week.
No, I know. Last week being a short week. Okay, both the Saints and the Cowboys played on Sunday, the week before Thanksgiving, and then they both played Thanksgiving Day. So it was a short week for both of them. Now they've got the same amount of time to, clear their heads out and get ready for this game. And on top of that, I lost my train of thought. I had something really good to say.
While you go try to find your train ticket. Tyler, what you said about the Raiders being a lousy team and the Cowboys lost to them, but the Cowboys didn't lose them. The Cowboys gave them the game. The Raiders didn't beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys gave the game up. I mean, if you look at just the points that I mentioned, there was 4, 5, 6, 7. There were 9 points. Well, I only lost by 3, but they gave away 9 points because they were stupid. So
that's where my train of thought was going.
But
the Cowboys are coming off a loss too, so they're going to come back with their brains all cleared out and like, look, we can't afford to lose another game.
But to be fair, the Saints, if they beat the Cowboys tonight, that won't be the Saints' best win on the year. Remember, they beat Green Bay 3-38 the first game.
Yeah, but they were a whole lot healthier
They scare me.
Yep.
They scare me.
And
They're
week
a
one
loyal
doesn't mean
team.
shit.
I
Week
don't
one
know.
doesn't tell you anything about a team.
There's something's off about this game. I don't know how to explain it, but Taysom Hill makes me nervous. Like I said, I think, it's a lot harder for, Micah Parsons to come off the edge if it's a run block. If it's a pass block, it's easier, but man, they're just going to run and run and run. And maybe I'm totally wrong here, but honestly, there's a gut feeling I have. And then there's also just, it's that Taysom Hill factor.
I hope the gut feeling you have is something you had for lunch.
I do too. I mean, I don't know. There's just, and then Mike McCarthy being gone. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know how to explain it, but.
No, yeah, well, and with COVID going through the Dallas staff the way it has really bad overtones of the way it went through the Saints when they lost so badly earlier in the season.
That's a good point.
Like I said, I really bounced this one back and forth in my head, but I just think offensively, Dallas is stronger
Yep.
if they play that way. And Zeke is 100% after that injury he had, but he's still playing, and we've got Pollard to back him up. So, if we can get, Gallup out there and Lamb, Cooper part-time, I don't know. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Now, real quick, Billy, we did bring up something else, and I would like, before we let you go, I'd like your opinion on it. I was telling Eric before this program, I think a lot of people, we don't really talk about college that much, but Alabama is plus 200 to win the SEC championship. And I just think there's a lot of value in betting that. Am I wrong here? Am I crazy?
I don't, aside from the Oklahoma teams, I don't watch college all that much. So I wouldn't want to advise anybody if we're to put their money on something that I don't feel like I'm totally versed on. So
hey,
I'm going to step. I thought you were going to ask me what I thought of Lincoln Riley, and I'm already.
Oh, we can do that. What'd you think of Lincoln Riley?
Well, let me put it this way. I saw a post that showed him and his family getting off a private jet.
Yeah, USC has a private jet. Isn't that nuts?
In California, and the tag was first offensive touchdown for Riley since the first quarter of the Bedlam game. There you have it. There you have it. Yeah.
Hey.
He's probably not one of those favorite. I just think, I read an article that said, that college coaches are sharks, they're out looking for their next meal, that type of thing. But to leave a team before
it's like a Dear John kind of way of leaving.
I just think it's very demoralizing. I think it shows a lack of respect for the team. I think it speaks to the kind of the character that the person is.
Billy, I feel so sorry for you, because the more that money racks in, the more we're going to see this. It's going to get real ugly real soon.
Well, it is. And it's just, like I said, I just, like I said, I lost a great deal of respect for the man, and I hope he falls on his face. So there you go.
Hey, fair enough. Two quick questions before we leave. One, who do you want to replace Lincoln Riley, if you have any ideas? And two, your thoughts on Oklahoma joining the SEC?
Well, I really think Lincoln Riley left because he's afraid of the SEC. I know he had voiced, his dislike, distaste with headed that direction, and I think that's why he left in the first place. There's a lot of scuttlebutt about replacing him, but I would like to see Brent Venables. In a perfect world, he would be my pick.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, Billy, it's always a pleasure talking to you and always having you on. Eric, do you have any?
I was gonna say, like, we're down two team members today. Like, if Billy wants to stick around and talk about some of these other games, she's more than welcome to.
Yeah, it's up to you.
We could use the commentary.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll stick around, and I have this. I don't follow all the NFL teams. It's like if I don't have an interest in them or players on that team, I don't always pay attention to them. But
same.
I'll hang around and listen. I may not have anything to say.
So you haven't watched a Lions game this year?
Oh, she'll.
What do you mean? That's weird.
Yeah,
I've
either
watched
them or the Jaguars are not high on my list. So.
At least maybe you'll want to have something to say about your divisional opposition, right?
So just forge on, and I'll just listen.
All right, sounds good. All right, the next game is just a stupid game. I don't like it. Minnesota at Detroit Lions. Detroit are +7. The total for the game is 46.5. Oh, by the way, the game for the Dallas is 46. Sorry, forgot to bring that up. Back to Minnesota. Minnesota at Detroit. Minnesota is favored by -7. Detroit's a home dog getting 7. I'm just going to keep this simple, Eric. I like Detroit. I don't know why I'm taking Detroit +7. Just because Minnesota, they can fuck anything up.
Yeah, well, as you presented it, I honestly kind of don't give a shit about this game. I think it's funny that you did mention that the total on the Cowboys game went up to 46 because it was at 45.5. And I made the comment, like, I like the over on that. And now it's shifting. Anyway, but yeah, I don't care about the Vikings at Lions game. So moving along.
All right. Great. Just like that, back to my team. Arizona Cardinals at Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are a home dog at +7.5. The total for the game, of course, it's 43.5 because Matt Nagy can't score because he's a worthless piece of shit. That's just my personal opinion. Let's move on.
So we're not even going to cover this one?
No, I mean, move on to my opinion. This is a know your team. So this is really tricky for me. I'm been really good on know your team. I think I've only lost 3 on the entire year. It was like the first 3, which are always the hardest. I gave you my game of the year and $100 squad ride on Green Bay cashed. Guess who they play next week? Green Bay might be game of the year, part 2. As far as this game goes, listen, I don't know if Kyler Murray is going to play. This line is basically saying that Kyler Murray is going to play. Dude, the way the Bears play, that whole locker room's lost Nagy. Nagy's acting like he got the biggest win of his life in Detroit. He almost cried during the press conference saying, "You don't know how much this win means to me." Yeah, I do, dude. You beat the Detroit Lions twice. They're winless. Literally half your wins on the season, you have 4 wins. Half of them came against a winless team. Congratulations. There's the door. I mean, seriously.
I think this is a fucking easy pick.
I think that sums it up. I think that sums it up rather nicely.
Yeah. So I'm going Arizona -7.5. If Kyler Murray does not play, they still win. I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable betting under. If the line is it has to be 3 or under.
I think another good. See, so I'm not up to speed on this, but I think another good thing to pay attention to, and Flesh, I'm sure you're going to tell me right away as soon as I say it, is Justin Fields playing? Is he still injured?
He's in. He practiced fully today. He's playing. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it is the Cardinals.
We could have Aaron Rodgers and Matt Nagy be like, I don't know what to do with him. Fucking idiot.
He's like, he can throw a ball 60 yards and plant the guy in the numbers. I still don't know how to form the plays for him.
You know what my luck is going to be? Because I'm a Notre Dame fan. He's going to go to Notre Dame now. That's going to be my luck. He's going to be like, Chicago to South Bend? That's not far at all. Great.
Ooh.
Real quick, though, too, to all you Notre Dame fans that are butthurt, just shut up. Like, here's the thing, right? If you're dating a girl, right, and you got together because she was cheating on her fiance with you, and then 11 years down the road, she ends up cheating on you, and you're surprised by it, you're an idiot. Because that's what Brian Kelly did. He left in the middle of Cincinnati's season. He went to Notre Dame, and then he stayed at Notre Dame for 11 years. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. And Notre Dame all like had the googly eyes, and they're like, we're smitten by you. And then he leaves.
This is
Tyler, that has tons of Lincoln Riley, because my first thought that I wanted to express to USC was, if they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you.
Exactly.
So.
Right? Like, yeah. Everyone's surprised that how could they do this to Notre Dame and the prestige? Very easily. More money, less academics. Like, they have a lower academic at LSU, so he can draft from a bigger pool. And Lou Holtz complained about that, and they granted Lou Holtz away. It was I don't need to talk about it, but long story short, Lou Holtz got granted. They won a championship in 1988, and they haven't won one since. So that's right, folks. I was born in 1987. The Bears won a Super Bowl in 85, lost in 06, and Notre Dame has only won one in 1988. I was only 1 year old. My life sucks as a sports fan. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Atlanta Falcons. Tampa Bay is -11 in a weird game. The total for the game is 50.5. This is weird. I don't have any other way to say it. I don't know why the line's so big. Atlanta, if I'm mistaken, Atlanta beat them, right?
Yeah, but generally the Falcons suck, though.
Yeah, but it's Tom Brady, and Billy, you might know the answer to this. Tom Brady has struggled against Atlanta ever since he came to Tampa. I don't know his record.
He has. I don't know his record either, but he has. And Tampa may pull this one out, but I don't think they can cover the spread. That's
I agree.
My thought on it. I don't think they can cover the spread. So they may win, but I don't think they'll cover the spread.
I think they'll definitely win. I don't know. The more I look at it, the spread, it is questionable. But I definitely see Tampa pulling this off. But the odds are at -500. So even if you want to take them on the money line, your only hope is to buy back some points and throw in a player prop or something.
I'm trying to look for the stat. It says he's 8-0 against the Falcons all time. Is that right?
Is that up to date?
No.
Or is that with him with the Patriots?
I don't know. I can't. That was on StatMuse. Today, I don't know the answer to that. I'm stalling because did they just not cover? Did they barely win? Let me look this up real quick.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out is.
Do you know, Billy, they barely won, didn't they, against Atlanta last time? I could be wrong.
No, they waxed them September 19th, 48-25.
Wow, what am I thinking of then?
Well, that's what I'm trying to I've got the memory of a goldfish, so I don't remember games that well.
So that's probably right. I don't know why. I don't know why what I'm thinking of either, Billy, but I'm kind of with you. I lean man, I think also Brady's kind of been struggling, right? Like I don't know if you guys watched the Colts game, but I watched the Colts game and I was like, man, they should be winning this pretty easily. But Eric, who do you got? Sorry.
The Bucs started off strong. The Bucs started off strong, but they have not been like a lot of the other NFL teams. They just haven't been consistent. Kind of go, no go.
Agreed. Eric, what do you got for this one?
Well, I don't know, man. That's a tough call, honestly. At first glance, my gut says like I don't like the spread. If I were, I'm not going to. Let me clear this up. I don't want to bet this game. If I were to, I'd probably buy back some points, throw in a player prop just to make the odds better. But with us talking about this, and you go back and you look, again, granted, week 2, you can't really deduct much from week 2. But like Billy said, the Bucs did fucking slaughter the Falcons in week 2, 48-25. And that's a lot more than 11 points at the spread. So take what you want from that. I don't think I want to touch 11 points, but it might be a little bit tempting. I don't think I would.
All right, well, let's move on to the next big game, which is not 11 points. It's 10. Indianapolis Colts are favored -10 at Houston Texans. The total for the game is 45.5.
Can I just start by saying, fuck this?
Yeah.
Like, why
acceptable?
Why would you want to take a bet with a 10-point spread with the Colts at the Texans?
I don't know. I'm with you. I liked -9. Even then, I felt weary. I think the Colts get back to the run game. I think they win this game handedly. I don't know if they cover. I don't like the total. I don't like the money line. I'm out.
Billy?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's another one where I think the Colts will make the win, but I don't think they'll cover the spread. So.
Well, that leads me to our next shit show. The Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. If you're not watching this game,
why are you?
Lucky you. Philadelphia is favored. They are the away team, favored at -7.5. The total for the game is 45.5. I don't even want to talk about this. I got nothing on this game, so
I don't care. I really don't fucking care.
Billy, do you add anything?
Nah, those are
right. I think we're all in favor there. All right. This
Moving along.
This game's weird. This is my game where I just put a big question mark on it and went, I don't know. Because I don't know. Usually this far in the season, you get this game, a game you can pretty much, you have an opinion on every single game. This game just confuses me, blows my mind. Los Angeles Chargers at Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are -3. The total for the game is 50.5. The only reason I lean Bengals -3 is because the Chargers have to travel halfway across the country. And, you go from beautiful LA to shithole Cincinnati. That's right, Cincinnati. I called you a shithole at me.
Okay, no, wait a minute. I haven't looked at all the matchups. Do what?
You haven't been to Cincinnati, have you?
No.
Lucky you, buddy. Good job. Good on you.
I'll try and maintain that record.
I hate it.
Here's the only thing that I haven't looked at all the matchups this week yet, but we've got this running thing, right? Of like that one game where it's like, I can't remember what we call it. It's the rat. Is this game the rat?
Maybe that could be a rat line.
Because
you keep talking. I got to go grab my dog. He's going nuts.
All right. Because for some reason, I really like the Chargers at +3 against the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals are a good team, but they're also one of those flip-flop teams too, right? Like they have really great weeks and they have some really shit weeks. So, who was it that they played last week? And Billy, you might be able to help me out here because I could have sworn. Yeah, they played I'm looking. Billy, you've got the memory of an elephant, though. Like, who did they play last week?
Yeah.
I'm struggling to remember.
Put me on the spot here. I can't.
Oh, no, I don't have it. Oh, no, yeah. So they played the Steelers last week, and they won 41-10. But,
yeah,
fun fact... Okay, well, yeah, the Steelers are shit. No, I'm not going to argue that. However, God, who did they play? They played another team that's like not a very good team. And then they lost to that team. God, who the fucking hell was that? Oh, look at this. They lost to the Jets. Here, this is one of them I'm looking at. Week 8, they lost to the Jets, 34-31. So, I mean, again, that's my point. They're one of those flip-flop teams. Like, did they decide to show up and play football today, or did they not? Whereas the Chargers, they're a bit more consistent, in my opinion.
Well, although I don't think Herbert has played all that well. He played, well, it just looked like he was under the gun against the Broncos last week quite a bit. So I did watch that game. I don't watch them all, but I did watch that one.
I'm back.
I kind of have a thing for the Bengals, so, but don't bet money on what I say. I just kind of have a feeling about the Bengals. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the yo-yo teams.
Yeah, I don't think
exactly.
I don't think the Chargers are that much of a yo-yo team, though. At least not as much as the Bengals.
Eric, they're bad.
Well, they've got to be. They're 6-5, so that's yo.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those that I wouldn't touch because either one could set it off. So.
All right, let's move on to another thrilling game. God, I hate this week. New York Giants at Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by -5.5. The total for the game is 40.5. To me, this is a no-brainer. It's almost too good to be true.
Yep.
That's why it makes me weary. Danny Dimes is out. I like Miami -5.5.
Yup.
I agree.
Wait, 5.5? You're seeing 5.5?
Sorry, my dog's rolling around
I was
in a
gonna say,
blanket.
I thought it was 2.5. Is it?
It's up to 4.5.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
is
what
it?
I'm looking at.
Okay.
4.5.
Yeah, because once Daniel Jones went out, Billy, everyone's like, pound that 2.5. They went nuts. So, all right, let's move on to. Oh my God, I'm just full disclosure. I did not look at the card before I got on the computer today, and I'm glad. It would have ruined my whole night. Washington football team at Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are minus the. I just combined their L. I don't know.
You haven't been drinking either.
Stroke. This is it. Call 911, Eric, if you see me fall on the Zoom. My address is. No, I'm not gonna say it. Washington football team is at Las Vegas Raiders. Line Vegas is -2.5. The total is 49.5. I'm just gonna say it. I like Washington +2.5 just because I don't know, but I'm not betting the game. I'm staying away.
Yeah, my initial thought was I like Washington to +2.5, but the more I think about it, it looks like one of those games that like I kind of just want to stay away from it because I do like my money and I like to keep it. And I don't think this is one of those games where I would be comfortable enough to put money on it.
Now, with that being said, I do know where Billy's leaning. I know who she wants to win, but I don't know.
Let me put it this way. I hope the Raiders do to Washington what they did to Dallas, only Dallas imploded. But to your point, it's another one of those, one team's 5-6, the other one's 6-5, yawn. Who wants to watch it? And I wouldn't put money on it, but I hope the Raiders win. So.
Well, that leads us to a next game that usually is always on Sunday night. Hey.
Oh, God.
Dog, please. My dog just trying to get on some mic time here. The next game is Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers. This is usually always a Sunday night game or a Monday night game. It's not this year, folks. Baltimore is the away favorite at -5.5. 44 is the total of the game. I don't see how you don't choose Baltimore in here.
I was gonna say, is this not a no-brainer? I mean, Billy, you want to chime in on this?
Unless something miraculously happens to the Steelers in the next few days. Yeah.
Which isn't going to happen. Yeah.
Which isn't going to happen. No, I agree. I think the Ravens will win here.
I don't see how they don't. Honestly,
I love this one. Like, I love this one. Like, in fact, of all the games we've looked at so far, pardon my language, Billy, but this one's kind of making my pants tight a little bit. Like, I like this one.
Well, let's move on
Well, I guess what surprises me about this game is that the spread is. What did you say the spread was?
It's a 4.5.
4.5. Yeah. See, I would expect it to be more than that, but oh well.
What are you?
God, Ben looked like shit last week.
Eric, are you seeing my co-host right now? This is ridiculous.
Oh yeah. We're seeing yours. You're hearing mine. I mean, it's great, man.
Look,
The life of he's like, hey, motherfucker.
This is unbelievable, Billy. My dog is on my bed right behind me trying to get in on the action.
On the top. Well, my dog caught his first bee today, and it was not a pleasant experience for him.
Oh no.
Anyway,
God,
onward and upward.
He's gotten big too, Flush.
Yeah, he's huge. Or yeah, he's like a human. Look at that. That's a king size bed, and he's laying on
The
it.
gentle giant.
He really is. This next game, I mean, if you're a fantasy owner, you're probably loving it. It's Jacksonville Jaguars at Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are minus 30. Guinness, stop. You're really interrupting the pod today. This is like the first time he's ever done this. LA Rams are minus 13 at home. The total for the game is 47.5. I think LA just smoked them. I think that this isn't even close to me.
I mean, yeah. Can the Rams do it? Absolutely.
Remember, too, the Rams are on a losing streak. Like, they need this win, and I think they're going to come up.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. Do I think the Rams can cover 13 points? Absolutely. Jaguars fucking suck, and they're the away team. The Rams can definitely pull it off, and they most likely will pull it off. But again, it always goes back to whenever I see a spread that big, I just decide to err on the side of caution and stay away because I just don't like spreads that fucking big.
To Eric's point, I like the Rams. I think they can win, but they've allowed 28 plus points in 3 games straight. So are they up to beating them by?
I mean,
14
all that's fair, but like I see all your points and I counter you one Urban Meyer. That's all I got. That's all I need. I feel like he's horrible.
Well,
see, thank you, Bill. Well, that whelp said everything. One word. He's horrible. All right. San Francisco 49ers at Seattle Seahawks. This used to be a good game. No longer is. I know, right? This card, is it just me? Like every game, you're like, good God.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're really in love with the team, there's not a whole lot here that is going to make me want to watch football this weekend.
No, not at all. So,
well, I mean,
is favored by 3.5. The total is 45.5. Eric, go for it.
See, this is conflicting for me because I think I would have liked the 49ers at 2.5 and not 3.5. I think they're going to win. I'm sorry to say that because I am a Russell Wilson fan. I do like Russell Wilson. He's a good guy. He's a genuine guy, and I want to see him succeed. Do I think they're going to do I think the Seahawks are going to win though? Would I put money on this game? No. If I had to, I'd probably take the 49ers at like 2.5 just to be safe.
Honestly, I think 49ers beat them by, I think they cover 3.5. Russ came back too quick. It's very apparent. The doctors didn't even know how he was able to play 2 weeks ago. And it's bad. It's bad. I think
if you watched him last week, there was just a hesitancy about the way he played. He was not a ball to the wall quarterback. There was just a hesitancy about the way he played. And I think, Tyler, to your point, I think maybe he just isn't ready to be there yet.
He also wants out. He's going to make a big stink and a big fuss. So he does not want to be there. He tried to get to Chicago last year. It did not work. So we'll see where he ends up next year. My guess is a big city. The rumor is the Giants are going to set a huge trade package for him.
God, I'd hate that.
No, yeah. Please, God, I don't want to see Wilson go to the fucking Giants.
He wants to go somewhere big because of his wife, Ciara. Ciara. I get those.
Oh, no.
I just don't want to see him in our division because I like him and I don't want to have to hate him. So
don't worry, he'll probably say, "I want to move to a big city," and then he goes to Green Bay. Great. All right, this game got flexed out actually, or flexed in. Sorry, it was a flexed in. Denver Broncos at Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by -9.5. The total is 47.5. I think Chiefs cover. I think they're clicking at the right time.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they cover this easy. Andy Reid off a bye is one scary thing.
Well, they have a history of winning against Denver. I mean, although that's when Mahomes was playing like he's been playing the last couple of years and not this year. So
see, and that's kind of where I'm at. It's like the spread's at 9.5, and yeah, your typical Chiefs, the Chiefs, to Billy's point, the Chiefs that you would see in the past 2 years or so. Yeah, definitely. But this season, it's kind of like shit. I don't know. Is it worth it? Like,
Andy Reid is the master of a bye. I think they win no matter what. He is 26-6 overall after the bye. He is 11-1 in home games after the bye, and they are home.
Yeah.
He is a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
He is
okay.
wizard.
Take my money.
He is.
I mean, seriously,
I mean, when you sell it like that.
I'm looking for the ATS. See if we can find it. I don't know if they're ever going to show it. Oh my God, that's a bad trend. That's such a bad trend. I typed in AT. Sorry, to let everyone know, because it's not a visual medium. To let everyone know what I'm looking at is I was looking at coach records against the spread off the bye, and Andy Reid is 10-4 against the spread off a bye. That's amazing. But the reason I was laughing, just and to put that in perspective, Bill Belichick is 13-9 ATS, which is against the spread off a bye. The reason I'm laughing so much is I'm scrolling through, and then the worst records again off a bye are just ex-Bears coaches and Bears coaches now, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like it's
pour some salt in the wound. Did I really need to see that right now?
Yeah, it's real. I was just like, really? I didn't need to see this.
Time to pour another one.
I mean, seriously. I mean, so yeah, I'm taking them. I think Chiefs cover. I think that's a no-brainer. I think that's very, very easy. If though you just want to take a money line, and you put $1,000 on it, you're still only going to win 222. That's horrible odds. All right, let's move
And
on.
if you have a gambling addiction, you do need to call 1-800. Whatever. Seek help if you're placing bets like that.
Now, usually Monday night can never flex games because people are traveling. People do buy tickets. That's why they can't flex that out if you're ever wondering. They got lucky. They struck gold. And to me, this is the game of the week. This is a huge one. I'm very excited for it. Probably only get to watch half of it unless I take a little nappy poo beforehand. But it's New England Patriots at Buffalo Bills. Bills are favored by -2.5. The total is 42.5. And this one is huge.
This one is scary.
I mean, from a gambling perspective, maybe. But from a straight up, let's watch football, this is a great matchup.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I 100% agree. For watching a football game on a Monday night, I love this matchup. Gambling wise, scary as fuck. Josh Allen hasn't been looking like Josh Allen this year, right?
He'll probably still win the MVP though.
Maybe.
Oh, everyone knows that award can only go to name it the Q.
Okay, I got one question that I want to throw out there, and then I want to hear what Billy has to say about this game in general. Is this I think this is the lowest total points I've seen so far tonight is 42.5. What is everyone's thoughts on that? Oh, I take that back. No, there's lower ones like the Dolphins versus the Giants. Go fucking figure. But I mean, I'm curious what everyone's thoughts are on that total of 42.5. But I also want to know what is, Billy, what are your thoughts on this game?
I'm surprised to your point that the total is so low because I would expect this to be more of an offensive game than that.
Yeah, because these aren't defensively strong teams. They're offensively strong teams.
Yeah. Although to your point, Josh Allen has the edge, but there again, it just seems the season of on again, off again teams. The Bills have shown some really great playing this year, and then the next thing you know, they're losing to a team they shouldn't lose to. But would I like to see the Bills win? Absolutely. Do I think the Bills are going to win? I'm not so sure, and I sure wouldn't put money on this game just because I'm not so sure. That's
okay, but even if the spread is at 2.5 with the Patriots as the underdog?
Yeah. I like I said, games like this scare me because I could see. I think the Patriots will win, but I know you guys do the whole betting thing. I don't do the betting thing. I just do what the stats show me and what I see from games played, and because of that.
Okay, so you don't do the betting thing, but if you were to, I think one key take. I'm just no. Hear me out. I think the one key takeaway is if you were to, that total confuses you, right? At 42.5.
I do think it's low. Yeah, I do think it's low.
There you go.
I don't, and I'm trying to.
Well, you're gonna have to explain why.
Josh Allen really, really sucks against the New England Patriots. He is bad, horrendously bad. I don't know if that changes this year or not. I'm trying to look up his. I can't find. I'm trying to look up his game logs versus the Patriots, but it's insanely hard to find. I was not prepared. But let me read off what I did find for you, and that is his stats against the Patriots. Josh Allen has played 5 games against the New England Patriots. He's 84 for 149 with a 56.4% accuracy. He's thrown for 1,052 yards, 7.1 average. He only averages 210 a game on them, 7 TDs with 6 interceptions, 9 sacks, passer rating of 77.4. Not good. I think that's what they're basing their total on. Honestly.
Well, I guess it kind of goes back to Billy's point, though. You know, this is one of those games. Well, and your point too, right, Flesh? It's one of those games where it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, but you don't want to be putting money on it because God knows what the outcome is going to be.
So last year, I don't know. Let's see. Last year they played week 16 and the score was 38-9. And that was a win. And then they played them.
A win for who?
Buffalo. And then Buffalo beat them in week 8 last year, 21-24. So, I mean, it could go over. Okay, now, I don't know if I'm on the Mac Jones bandwagon. I think he's okay. I don't think he's as good as people are making him out to be. Am I wrong here?
It depends on who you're comparing him to. I mean,
Okay, right. Let's just compare him to this year's rookie class.
Okay, yeah. If you put it that way, then I would say no. Yeah.
I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. I'm just going to come out and say it. I would take Trevor Lawrence over him. I think Trevor Lawrence is good. We'll see. Let me put it like this. Lawrence is really hard to tell because, again, he has a shitty coach. Fields has a shitty coach. He's hard to tell. But, man, Fields throws a pretty ball. I think Mac Jones is in the best position to succeed, and that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. But some of these myths that are brewing about him, Julian Edelman was on Part of My Take on Barstool Sports, and he said that the Patriots, Bill has them all hooked up, right? They wear the wristband, and they can tell how many miles they went and how fast they went. According to him and his sources, Mac Jones, which this, I'm telling you, if this is real, so everything is real, hit 20 miles per hour running in practice. Right? There's no way. The dude is so slow. 20 miles an hour? Dude, I remember when Devin Hester ran the ball. He ran a 4.3 for Chicago. The fastest he got clocked in at was like 23.4. And you're telling me Mac Jones is 3 miles behind him? Get out of here.
Man, you can't judge a book by its cover, man. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw that clip on Instagram the other day. I didn't see the game, but it was like, dude, it was like this 300+ pound defensive lineman chasing down a quarterback, and he caught up with him. He closed the distance and tackled him down. It's like, holy shit, I didn't realize a guy that big could move that fucking fast. It's like the quarterback's probably scared for his life. Okay. Let me ask you all this in regards to this game, just for shits and giggles.
Shitty and giggling.
All right. If you were to expect anyone in this game to score a touchdown, name your pick.
In the New England game?
Yeah, the last game that we're talking about, the Patriots at Bills. Yes, that one.
Josh Allen.
Really? Think so?
Yeah, I think he runs one in.
Okay, well, so take a look at this. Fun fact, little same game parlay. Bills money line. The over 36.5. So we bought back some fucking points on the total from 42.5. Josh Allen, anytime TD gives you plus 468 odds. What do you think about that parlay? I know Billy doesn't gamble, so she's probably not going to say much, but what do you think, Flesh?
I like it. I mean, I haven't been good. I'll be honest with you. I've not been good this year with the same game parlays. So, I mean, more power to you.
Well, I mean, we're all in agreement that the Bills will probably pull it off, just not at the spread, right?
Tyler in the chat said Knox for a TD in that game.
Knox. Okay, well, you can. I mean, here's the
Dawson Knox. Knox.
Trying to find him on here.
He is.
I don't see him on here.
Knox. He's plus 260. KNOX.
Oh, Jesus. Right next to fucking Josh Allen. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. Yeah, look at that.
Do you need 8 in him?
No, I'm fine.
Just making sure.
So, yeah, you can swap out Josh Allen for Knox on that same game parlay, and it makes the odds go up at plus 540.
Well,
Bills to hit the money line.
Do we have
total at 36.5 and Knox to make a TD?
Eric, I know I ask you this every week, but oh my God, a yawn from hell just hit me mid-sentence. I apologize. Holy cow. I mean, I tried to hold it in, but I would have tried it like this the whole time. So I held it out. Oh, wow. Do you have a set in stone this week, Eric?
God. I mean,
you want me to go first? Will you ponders?
No, I think I've got one.
Let's hear it.
No, I'm absolutely certain I've got one. You jumped again. It's okay. Too late. He's dead.
He was a good man.
No, it's the one that we were talking about earlier. That's just like, I don't understand why the spread is where it's at.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Love. What?
I was just going to say, when you said it was the game we talked about earlier, I said we did cover all the games. So,
well, no shit, Sherlock.
What is it? What is it? Tell the viewers.
The fucking Ravens at 4.5 against the Steelers. Ben fucking sucks. Chisel that shit.
I can't believe you're betting against a tree. Ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger. He's a tree back there. Have you seen him? He can barely move.
Yeah, I know. Because, like, again, like someone looks at him the wrong way and he fucking falls over.
Steps in, somebody goes, timber.
Yeah, and he just like he throws a ball. That's his timber. That's like the axe hitting him.
Did you see the
when he threw the ball and he fell?
No, I'm talking about last week's game where like some guy I think like came up from behind him. No, it was like forward to him. I don't know. I can't remember, but it's like if you were to fall over from that contact, you would have fallen backwards. And somehow this motherfucker just stumbles forwards. Like it was a light tap. And somehow you just stumbled forwards and fell on the ground anyway.
High center of gravity.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
He has a high center of gravity. That's what it is. All right. My set in stone's pretty easy. I hate my team. I hate my coach. Fire Nagy chance at his high school son's game. Keep it up. Arizona minus 7.5. Lock it in. Eric hates that I went there.
What? Yeah, I don't like that. We have different
I'm sorry, but if that's
on
the
that.
Worst thing to happen to a kid is everyone came to the game and chanted fire my dad. I'm broken for life. Boo freakity hoo.
Well, I guess the only consolation is that he's doing just fine financially. So I guess that's the only consolation. But hey, you know what? While we're having this discussion, I do want to throw that out there. Yeah, a lot of shitty things happen to kids in high school. I get that. Happened to me too. But the thing is, it's other kids doing it to other kids and not fucking grown adults that should know better than to fucking humiliate a child just trying to fucking enjoy
He's
being a
not
teenager.
He's gonna be okay. You know what? My
Well.
thing is, if you do it on Twitter, everyone always says, "Well, do it to my face," and then they do it to their face, and they're all butthurt about it. Guess what? In hindsight, it worked. It was all over the Chicago Times. It was everywhere. So guess what? It's working. The pressure's being applied. Sorry that your dad's such a miserable coach. Sorry, not sorry. When I say that, I'm not attacking him as a person. He could be a great fan. I have nothing against him as a person. But as a head coach, sir, you fucking suck at your job. Like, basically, you know what I've been doing? You've been my yard boy, and you've been mowing my yard, and the lines have been crooked, and I have been going out there and cleaning up after you and paying you. It's time to say goodbye. I can't do it anymore. It's just too much work. That's what's happening here.
So are you gonna
down, trying to clean up his mess? Let's get him Justin Fields. That's a new toy. He won't fuck that up. Yeah, he will.
So he keeps fucking up your yard. You gonna yell in his like 15-year-old son's face like, your dad fucking sucks at his job?
Yes, yeah, I am. He's in the limelight. Sorry, life's hard. Cry me a river.
Yeah, well, we're not on the same page there, and we're all entitled to our own opinions.
Dude, he probably gets.
They're just like assholes, right?
Everybody has one, and they usually stink.
Okay, but Eric, to be fair, who's it on? Is it on the McCaskies? If they fire him, they don't have the situation. I blame them. I blame everyone.
I think you're just a really pissed off Bears fan, and that's okay. You're entitled.
Everyone is. We're sick of it. He shouldn't even be there. He was at the game too. That's another thing. Like, he was at the game. It's not like the chant was directed towards his son. Since when can you not say stuff at a? My God, Eric, you're from Oklahoma and you're right next to Texas. Those people treat high school football if like it's the sacred holy ground in which close everything down. It's high school football time. I mean,
dude, I'm 41 years old. I don't give a fuck about high school football.
Exactly.
I stopped caring when I was fucking 18 and graduated high school. It's like that meme where it's like, what's your best memory of fucking high school? Graduating and leaving. Like, I don't care.
Well, I didn't mean to take you down this memory lane of yourself. All I'm saying is let's stop. This is my thing, and I'll leave it at this. The chants weren't directed at the kid. They were at his dad. So it's okay to do that in a Chicago Bears stadium where the kid's also at, but it's not okay to do it when his dad's at his game. Like, get out of here. That's some geriatric bullshit. Keep going, Bears fans. Fuck that guy.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think
I can't.
It's look, no.
So pissed.
I can't stand him. And like when I went to Chicago, Billy, it was like fuel to the fire because everyone hated him. Everyone was yelling at him in the stands. And the best part is my dad was not listening at all. So we went up to the game to see the Ravens. And we had a 7-year-old with us, and it was his first game. It was my buddy's kid. And we all went up there to watch the game. And my dad goes, you know what? The language wasn't that bad at all. And I said, Dad, I think I've heard the F-bomb and cocksucker more in my life than ever. Like, it was horrible. And he goes, yeah, it wasn't really that bad. And Henry goes, I learned some new words. I said, okay. Yeah.
I learned some new words.
Can't repeat like probably 98% of those. Like, there were Ravens fans behind us. Okay, listen to this. You know how bad it was? The Bears started that whole chant, fire Nagy. After it got done, the Ravens fans behind us go, please keep Nagy. I mean, and everyone started laughing. Like, it's unbelievable. This has nothing to do with betting. Let's close the show. Billy, thank you as always for joining us. Eric, final words.
Yeah, final words. You know what? Just enjoy life, enjoy your bets, and don't get too carried away with it.
My final words, keep booing high school players. Here we go. We're out later.
Oh,
next
wow.
week. Screw them. Well, maybe just their dads. Yell at their dads. If their dads are at the game, that's okay. Okay, we'll leave it.
Well,
At
you can, you can yell at the
Or
dads. Don't.
that was funny how that ended.
I was wondering what the hell was going on there.
Well, you know, a little banter, a little friendly banter. So, Bill, you nervous now?
I'd be lying if I said no.
I'm not betting this game. I'm staying away, but it should be very interesting.
The lines keep changing.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
and
watching
that's
that.
just it. You know, they started out at like 6 or something earlier the week, and then they went down like 4.5, 4, something like that. I mean, like they can't decide where they want to be. But,
Well, and when I say the lines keep changing, I've just been watching it live while we're doing this, and I'm talking about the odds on the money line. It's like the money line keeps changing because obviously a lot of people are putting bets on the spread back and forth, whether it's the Cowboys or the Saints. But the odds aren't deviating though.
Well, like you know the whole point of like why the odds are set, right? It's called the VIG. They want 50-50 action across on both sides. It's called the VIG.
Why is it called the VIG? I mean, I understand why they want 50-50 action, but
I don't know. This is the term for it. All right, YouTube.
well,
all
I
right.
just
Well,
threw some chicken on the grill while we were chatting, so get ready